Hello everybody, this is Dave with the Liberty Guys. I found something in the garden yesterday. I don't know if you can tell. Some marble. Where do these things come from? You ever wonder? It's like, were they already here? It's a dadgum glass ball with some swirls in it. I don't know if you can tell or not. Yeah. I mean, you find them everywhere. As far as I can tell, where we have our garden spot, there's never been a garden there. I mean, apparently, I'm gonna guess that some kid was using it for a slingshot bullet, maybe during the Depression or something. I don't know. It's just interesting tidbit. Just stumbled across a marble in the middle of the garden after we plowed it. But I was just going to talk for just a minute today about the preparations that the government's making for the NATO summit in Chicago. They've put a lot of things into place, and the Red Cross has leaked it to the press about the emergency preparedness plan, the lockdown plan, how they're going to bring in the military for policing purposes. Now that they've got the NDAA, they can do that. And now that the president signed that executive order allowing basically the gag order on the First Amendment, so you can't have protesting, and if you can be indefinitely detained. And the rumor mill has it that they've set up a large-scale detention facility outside the city to put all these people in. Is it first steps? I don't think so. I think the first steps were taken a long time ago. I think these are latter steps. The whole bureaucracy has grown so large and so vast that it can't even contain itself anymore. It's just a matter of time before it implodes on itself. I mean, there has been no government in the history of man that has survived and flourished indefinitely due to corruption. You know, something's wrong with the system of government. That every great civilization that's ever been on Earth, something's went wrong with it. Look, the Aztecs, the Egyptians, the Romans, the Chinese. Chinese are coming back, but hey, you know, and then of course the rise of the Westerners, us and the Europeans, and we're on our downhill side, from what I can tell. We've about hit the peak, or we've already hit the peak. I ain't real sure, but you know, we just happen to have our turn at the height of technology. You know, all them other ones, they had to do it with primitive equipment, much more primitive than what we had. At least that's what we can find in the archaeological record. I would have liked to have seen the Library at Alexandria before they burned it. That'd have been really interesting. Well, I probably couldn't have read none of it. It's all written in Latin, but it would have been nice to have seen all those things. But yeah, the money supply is so vast, and I think that the banks around the world are going to start calling in their markers on all them U.S. dollars sitting in their banks that they can't use for trade anymore, because Iran's done made it known they're trading in gold and silver. You know, they'll take gold and silver coin for their oil. And of course, right now, from what I understand, they can't get insurance on their tankers, so people are refusing to take shipment of the oil because they can't get the shipments insured. No one will insure them. But it won't be long. Iran, if I had to guess, will self-insure them, because they've got a navy. All they have to do is start doing military escort. You know, and at that point, you know, they'll be able to. They've circumvented the dollar. So just chew on that a while. See what you think. Post your comments down below. If you like it, hit like. If you don't, well, I'd rather you didn't hit dislike. But if you feel like it, dislike it. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all later. Bye bye.